Okay, everybody, we're going to get the meeting underway. So, we can just have your attention. This is the first meeting of the school year. If any of you freshmen are new to this, just follow along. You'll pick up quick. First announcements we're going to make about landmarks. So, Morris, our fundraising chair, is going to talk about that.
As Shane said, I'm Morris Southern in the fundraising chair. Just a quick announcement. We do have there's a Steeler game on Sunday. Anyone who is still interested, or if you have emailed before, just email me again if you want to write it down. It's MLS8024 at SRU. If you're interested in working, I need to know by tomorrow evening. If not, you can't work. Also, you need to be landmark trained. I'm not sure if some of you were at the meeting, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, but I'm not sure if they're going to have another landmark training up here. If you were interested, you might have to travel to Pittsburgh for that. So if you're interested, I need to know by tomorrow night, and I'll be emailing you all throughout the year about upcoming Steeler games, concerts, pit games, and so on.
Okay, and just a reminder for Landmark that if you do sign up to work, you got to be there. We don't, especially if you feel like you're going to get sick or something, at least give us a 24-hour notice. We definitely need that. Now Mike is going to talk about SMP.
Yeah, I just want to say first off, thank you to everybody who volunteered to be a mentor this year. It's a huge help, and I appreciate it. Mentees. Your mentor should have reached out to you at least twice by now. So if you have not been in contact with them, I need you to try to pick up some slack and reach out to them also, please. But if you have any questions, feel free to, or if you don't know who your mentor is, just see me after the meeting and we'll get that fixed up for you.
Just a heads up, next Thursday is going to be the spring break trip, which is going to be to London this year. And it's going to be in West Gym, room 222 at Common Hour, 12:30.
I mean, just if you're interested, it's not a commitment by any means. If you just want to learn more about it, just show up and you can figure out what's going to happen.
Attending that meeting right now? Show of hands. We need 25 for the trip to go. 25.
Okay. And then the Sport Management Barbecue is coming up on the 22nd of September. It's a Thursday. We really encourage everybody to attend. It's not required, but we really like everyone to be there. It's a great networking opportunity, especially for you underclassmen, to start talking with the upperclassmen. We usually have, hot dogs, hamburgers, games. We're going to have a cornhole tournament this year. So really, just everybody come. It's from 5 o'clock to 7 at the Ski Lodge, which if you don't know where that is, it's right at the end of the Rock Apartments. It's just a little wooden house, but it has a big open field. Like I said, just free food, good times, and it's a great networking opportunity. Now, Chris is going to talk a little bit about some of the social networks.
The Facebook and Twitter. All right, if you don't know me, I'm Chris. I'm the web manager, and I work with Kate over there. She's taking pictures to run the Facebook and Twitter accounts. So what we'd like for everyone to do is to like the page, the Facebook page. You'll get reminders about meetings and upcoming events and that kind of thing. And also follow us on Twitter. We'd like to get as many followers as possible. We'd like to get the word out that way as well. So next we have, I'm also the co-chair for the Rocktober Open. I want to give you just some important info. It's going to be Friday, October 14th at the Tam-O'Shanter Golf Course in Hermitage. We have actually like a reception, awards reception type thing afterwards at the Quaker Steak and Lube. The format is a 4-person scramble. And right now we have it at $80 for individual and $300 for a foursome. But we also have something for dinner only for $25. And all proceeds go to the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure and the Sport Management Scholarship Fund. Yeah.
Is there a special rate for students?
No, we didn't come up with a special rate for students. So, all right. As of right now, you can sign up online. That's where we'd like you to go because we can gather up all your information and keep everything on an online database. That'd be the best thing. It's just www.rocktoberopen.com. You'll get redirected to the page, so it's not like an actual hyperlink. You'll get redirected though. And with an online registration, you get a 12-month subscription to Golf Digest. So any avid golfers out there, it's a nice subscription. And checks are made payable to SMA. Next, this is just a reminder for you to take a look at the Sport Management website. And if you have any pictures, I could really use some more pictures to put up on the website of current students. I have a lot of like older students, and I'd like to keep it looking fresh. So just send me your pictures to my email down there. If you have any questions, just come and see me after the meeting.
Any faculty announcements?
Just to reiterate, London meeting next Thursday, the picnic Thursday afternoon, and then I'll be talking with the facilities class about implementing a student rate for the golf outing. To make it a little more affordable for our students. The reason that we do the golf outing, it's part of facilities class. Each of you will have to take facilities class, each of you will have to put on an event. So if you can attend one or two of these as a participant to see what it's like, then you'll be better off when it's your turn to run an event. So try to attend all three of those things if you can.
Our speaker for today's meeting is Annie Allenfeld from the Butler Y. She is the Senior Physical Director at the Y. She's here to talk about the facility itself, different hiring processes, and if any of you are interested possibly in getting an internship or a practicum, you may talk to her after the meeting. Sandy?
How is everyone today?
Great.
Good? It's nice to come to talk to you today. I regularly speak to all kinds of students, and I travel for the YMCA around the world. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is who here has been in a YMCA before? Raise your hand. Yeah. I mean, the Y is everywhere, but I don't think that a lot of students think about all of the job opportunities that are available at a YMCA. So I want to first kind of get you rethinking about the Y. I assume that at some point you're going to go find a job. Is that true? Raise your hand. And at some point your parents are going to try to get you off their payroll. Is that true? That's what I'm trying to do. I have 3 children. My current goal is to get them all off my payroll. You know, it would be a nice thing. But anyways, as you think ahead, what you really should be doing now, I want you to think about the YMCA and some of the opportunities that are available at a YMCA. So let's move ahead a little bit. Understand the why, understand what a YMCA director does. So a person like you could enter a YMCA as a director. Currently, we have our sports and family director. I'll show you a picture of her. She is an alum of sports management, Slippery Rock University, and I have one thing to say about her. She's fantastic. So I am hardcore as far as hiring. I'll talk a little bit about that. I only have the best on my staff, and I'd compare it to anyone in any major because she's developed the skills that she needs to be top-notch. So I want you to really think outside your box. If I were interviewing 10 of you that were all sports major from Slippery Rock, what would separate the 10 of you in an interview? That's what I really want you to step back and think about, because the bottom line is that's where it'll come to at some point in your future. So let's just think about the YMCA. So if we think about the Y, go ahead. If you see all the little pegs up there, there are 2,500 YMCAs in the United States. So every one of those represent a place for you to work. All of those little pegs are YMCA. The Pennsylvania has the most concentrated YMCAs in the United States. So that's even better for you. It kind of increases the competition a little bit, but it also increases the openings in YMCAs. So Pennsylvania has 154 associations. I belong to one association. So if you understand how the YMCA works, one association is then split down into branches. So the Butler County Family YMCA actually has 2 branches. The Butler YMCA and the Rose Schneider YMCA, which is our brand new facility in Cranberry. If you think about the Pittsburgh YMCA, they have 1 association and 12 branches. So 154 associations is not 154 Ys. That's 154 at the top, and then all of those filter through to different branches. So there's a lot of opportunities in Pennsylvania. So did you know that 42% of Americans are YMCA alum? So that means all of you that raised your hand, I'm assuming at some point you were in a program at a YMCA. So raise your hand if you've ever been in any program at a YMCA. Yeah. Raise your hand about swim lessons. Did you learn to swim at a YMCA? My kids learned to swim at a Y. It's one of the biggest programs that we still do. Child care. Was anyone here ever in child care at a YMCA? or work in child care at a YMCA? Good. Okay, so if you think about that, and it's the largest nonprofit organization. So the color, can you read that a little better than I can read that, maybe? It's a little bit hard to read there. America's leading swim instructor organization. So we've got a lot of things going. We've been first in a lot of things. The Butler YMCA, just this year, we're celebrating 125 years of business in Butler. Isn't that crazy? 125 years we have been in Butler serving the community. What the YMCA really does is try to think what they need, what the community needs best, and then we put on programs that are specific to that. So the Y is located all over the world, but Ys differ because of the needs of their community. So that's what we do best. Good, that's better. Born at the YMCA, just a couple things. So the Peace Corps started within the YMCA because there was a need. So if you think about Ys internationally, sometimes they teach people how to build wells. Sometimes they provide childcare. Sometimes they teach English lessons around the world. There's all kinds of things a Y does, but a Y does whatever it needs to do in the community that it serves. The NFL was actually started at a YMCA in Canton, Ohio, so you're familiar with the Canton, Ohio site. It was originally through a YMCA that the NFL got started. If you think about Campfire and Boy Scouts, those were YMCA organizations that eventually just got larger and then spread out on their own. So the Y's been around for over 150 years. It actually started in Boston. If you think about the London trip that you're considering, I was there this spring. So the Y has sent me around the world 6 times. The Y is amazing. I would have never thought when I joined the Y as an aerobics instructor that I would have moved to where I am now and travel around the world. One thing I can tell you is get out of Dodge. So the best thing you can do for you is get out of town, because when you come back, you'll be different forever. I can't encourage you enough to go to London. It's a very cool place. Good. So what I want to talk about is the initiatives currently. The YMCA doesn't really change over time, but every so often we just kind of make our initiatives a little bit more current. These are the current initiatives. They haven't changed totally, but they've just been kind of reworded. So we're for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Those are the 3 main things that we're thinking about right now. Did you know about sports? Did you know that basketball was created at YMCA? Anyone know that? Well, a few people did know that. It actually started in Springfield, Massachusetts. I've been there. The YMCA actually has a college there. And it's actually, they were trying to think, it was a phys ed director trying to think of what to do with all of these guys. So really the YM, Young Men's Christian Association, women did not come into the Y until about after 1950. So before this time, they were trying to just keep these guys busy. It was an area where they had peach trees and they were farming and things like that. And so they took a regular gymnasium and they put peach crates, as you can see in the top picture, in the corner. They just put them up on both ends of the gym, and then someone would stand above where they had a walking area, and then when the guys would throw it in, they would just reach over and then get the ball out and then throw it back down to the court. Eventually that just became too much of a pain for time because someone had to stand up there and throw it out. So they just cut a hole in the bottom of the peach crate, and that's what the hoop came from. So if you think about a lot of sports, they're just creativity. Basketball started at the Y. Volleyball started at the Y. Jazzercise, which is where aerobics came from, actually started at a Y. Racquetball started at a YMCA. So those are just some of the sports that we had a standing in. And they all started by just someone trying to be creative. So have you ever worked with kids? Anyone ever worked with kids? Have you ever tried to create a game to keep them all busy? Have you noticed the attention span is pretty limited and you have to keep thinking and changing it all the time? That's how these things come around. So the creativity that you're doing could actually go somewhere like it did in these instances. Very cool. Right. At the very top, 97% recognize the YMCA logo. So if you just saw that logo without the YMCA under it, would you know that's the YMCA? Yeah. It's third, it's right in the top with the Christian Cross and the American Red Cross. So we have really high visibility as far as our Y logo. We've slightly changed it this year to a slanted Y, but this one is still recognizable as well. 85% says the Y offers quality programming. So the way we keep that is if you were in a Y here and you move to another state, we try to keep the same program offerings. They're handled a little bit different, but we try to keep the same offerings so that you can really have satisfaction and know before you get in there what kind of programming you're going to have. Like our YMCA swim lessons, all right, they are progressive. So if you are in Pike here,